There are over 7,000 languages spoken around the world today. This surprising fact illustrates the incredible diversity of human expression and the complexity of how we communicate. Yet, despite this linguistic diversity, there exists a secret language that transcends words and connects us all, a language that goes far beyond verbal communication. It's not just about the spoken word, it's about gestures, symbols, energy, and emotions. This secret language of humanity is one that we all share, even when we don't realize it. It's the silent connection that forms between people, cultures, and souls. It is an unspoken conversation that exists between the conscious mind and the deeper, more intuitive parts of our being. Imagine walking into a room where nobody speaks your language. The words they use are foreign, unintelligible. Yet something extraordinary happens. You begin to understand them, not through the sound of their voices, but through the subtleties of their body language, their facial expressions, their tone, and even their silence. There is something within you that can still grasp the meaning behind their actions, a deeper intuition that bridges the gap created by language. This is the secret language of humanity. It is both verbal and nonverbal. It is found in the way we carry ourselves, the expressions we make, and the energy we project. Whether we're speaking, listening, or simply observing, we are constantly communicating on multiple levels. Yet, most of us are unaware of the richness and depth of this communication, of the myriad ways in which we transmit meaning beyond words. In a world where communication is essential, yet often misunderstood, the barriers created by language can seem insurmountable. We live in a multicultural, globalized society where people from all corners of the earth come together, often facing the challenge of miscommunication. Language is meant to be a bridge, but all too often it becomes a barrier. We misunderstand each other's words, cultural references, and the intentions behind them. This can lead to conflict, confusion, and separation. But what if we realize that words are only one part of the equation? What if we could tune into the deeper, more universal aspects of human communication? Beyond the spoken and written word lies a world of meaning that transcends culture and language. This is the space where our souls speak, where our bodies, minds, and energies interact to create a tapestry of understanding. Nonverbal communication is a powerful component of this secret language. Body language, for example, can convey an array of emotions, thoughts, and intentions without the need for a single word. The way we stand, the movements we make, even the subtle shifts in posture can reveal more about us than we might realize. Think about the last time you encountered someone who was nervous. Even if they didn't say anything, you could sense it in their fidgeting, the way their eyes darted around the room, or the slight tremble in their hands. Their body was speaking to you, telling you something their words could not. Facial expressions are another key part of this language. The human face is incredibly expressive, capable of communicating a wide range of emotions in just a split second. A smile can mean so much more than happiness. It can be a sign of warmth, understanding, or even a mask for sadness. A furrowed brow might indicate confusion, concern, or deep thought. We instinctively read these signals, often without realizing it. In many ways, our faces speak louder than our voices ever could. Then there's the cultural context in which communication occurs. Every culture has its own set of norms, values, and symbols that influence how people communicate. For instance, a gesture that is friendly in one culture might be offensive in another. The same words, when spoken in different tones or contexts, can carry vastly different meanings. Understanding these nuances is essential in today's interconnected world. But even beyond these cultural differences, there are universal aspects of human communication that we all share, no matter where we come from. For example, the feeling of empathy is something that transcends all languages. When you see someone in pain, whether they are a stranger from a distant land or your closest friend, there's a part of you that understands their suffering without needing to hear their words. This is because empathy is part of the universal human experience, a core component of our secret language. It is felt, not spoken. It's in the way we reach out to comfort someone, the look of concern we give them, the touch of a hand on their shoulder. Energy plays a huge role in this unspoken language. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt the energy shift? Without hearing a word, you just know something is off or that a conversation just took a serious turn. This is because we are constantly exchanging energy with each other. We communicate not just with our bodies and minds, but with our very presence. Some call this auras, vibrations, or frequencies, but the essence remains the same. We are all energetic beings, constantly transmitting and receiving signals from one another. When you begin to look at communication through this lens, it opens up a new world of understanding. The barriers created by spoken language become less significant. Instead, you start to realize that true connection happens on a deeper, more intuitive level. You begin to pay attention to the subtle cues, the energy of the room, the body language of the people around you, the silent pauses that speak volumes. There's a pivotal insight here. At the core of all communication, whether verbal or nonverbal, is the desire for connection. As human beings, we long to be understood, to share our thoughts, emotions, and experiences with others. This desire transcends the boundaries of language, culture, and even time. It is part of what makes us human, part of the universal thread that binds us together. When we communicate, we are not just exchanging information, we are sharing a piece of ourselves. This is why it can be so frustrating when communication breaks down. It's not just about the words that are lost, but the deeper connection that feels severed. However, when we tap into the secret language of humanity, the language of gestures, expressions, energy, and empathy, we can bridge that gap. We can connect with others on a more profound level, one that goes beyond words. This is especially true for those who are on a journey of self-discovery. The deeper you go within yourself, the more you realize how interconnected you are with the world around you. You begin to notice the subtle ways in which you communicate with others and with the universe itself. The universe speaks to us in signs and symbols through synchronicities and moments of intuition. These are part of the secret language, a dialogue between your inner world and the external one. On a spiritual level, understanding this language is about tuning into your intuition, listening to the messages that come from beyond the mind. It's about recognizing that every interaction you have, whether with another person or with nature, is a form of communication. The universe is always speaking to us, always guiding us, if we know how to listen. The signs are everywhere, in the people we meet, the events that unfold, even in the random moments that seem insignificant at the time. Many spiritual traditions talk about the importance of silence, not just as the absence of sound, but as a space where true communication happens. In silence, we can hear the unspoken messages of our souls. In silence, we can connect with others in a way that transcends words. This is why practices like meditation are so powerful. They help us tune into that deeper, more intuitive form of communication, where we can hear the whispers of the universe and understand the secret language that underlies all existence. The truth is, we are always communicating. Even when we are silent, we are speaking in the language of our presence, our energy, and our intentions. This is the essence of the secret language of humanity. It is a reminder that we are all connected, that there is a deeper layer of meaning behind everything we say and do. By becoming aware of this, we can create more meaningful connections with others and with ourselves. To summarize, communication is far more than the words we speak. It encompasses body language, facial expressions, cultural context, energy, and intuition. It is the subtle art of understanding and being understood. And at its core, it is about connection. No matter how many languages we speak, there is a universal language that connects us all. A secret language that transcends words and speaks to the heart and soul. Understanding this can help us break down the barriers of miscommunication and foster deeper, more meaningful connections in a multicultural world. I encourage you to reflect on the ways you communicate in your own life. How often do you tune into the nonverbal cues of those around you? How aware are you of the energy you bring into a room? And how connected do you feel to the universal language that transcends words? Share your thoughts, and let's explore this fascinating journey of human connection together. Understanding the secret language of humanity is not just about learning to communicate better. It's about awakening to a deeper level of existence, one where we are all connected, where every interaction holds meaning, and where we can begin to see the world and ourselves in a new light.